Good morning. How are you all feeling? Oh, good. It feels good in here. All right, well, it's 10 o'clock on the dot, so we're going to get going. Start with our first song. Here we go. I love it. Short and sweet. You want to come up? Yeah. And then your mic is there. Here we go. And a 1, 2. Let's start with the bass. Bring it in, Misha. 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
Recognize the God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love. Every walk of life. Every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
We shall reunite.
Oh, in honor of the God in each other.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together.
We come together in the name of love.
We come together. We come together. We come together.
In the name of love.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love.
Thank you so much, Gina Renee and the core. Thank you so much. And I just want to welcome everyone here to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. And I'm so grateful to be here. I'm Audrey White. I am the Vice President of the Board of Trustees and a practitioner student. And I am so grateful to be here with all of you this morning, to be able to just breathe and settle and feel God in this room, feel Source, know that there is so much abundance that is here and in our lives working through each one of us. So in the sanctuary here, we are keeping the aisles clear and just settling in and raising our voice. So here we go. Gina Renee, thank you.
Actually have a call to service and invocation.
Oh, call to service and invocation. Missed that one. I was just like, we're just going to go. So this is Joni, so thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh, if you're so comfortable to close your eyes, please do. Take a really deep breath with me. Feel the seat beneath you supporting you this morning, and allow the vibration of this bowl to carry you throughout the day with whatever message you need to hear.
And as we feel that vibration moving through each one of us, raising that vibration, connecting each one of us with Source, with God, in this beautiful, beautiful day. And Source and God and divine mind, divine spirit is so evident in this space, in this room, in our lives. That connection to the one is always there with just a simple breath. And that breath breathes me, it breathes you, bringing us together, knowing that there is only one. And each one of us is that divine spark within the mind of God, within the mind of Spirit, working through us, experiencing life through every tear, every laughter, every moment of our lives are connected to the one. And there is abundance, there is love, there is such joy. And I know that this day is lifted by the love that we carry within us, by Source. And that this moment, this service, brings us together, brings the world together in one life, one love, one spirit, and a sense of abundance and love and radiant health, radiant life, vibrant life. And I claim this to be so, because there is no other thing that can happen here. So I just release this word. I release this knowing into the one that it is done and it is good. And together we say, and so it is. So it is. Thank you, thank you. And we'll have announcements by Mark. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Trudy. Good morning, everybody. Announcements, announcements, announcements. Got to keep traditions going, right? So weekday morning practices coming up are Walk with a Rev. Happens weekdays at Campbell Park. Meet Reverend Rasheryl between 7:15 and 7:25 for a healthy start to your day. And also, you can join Reverend Rasheryl Monday through Friday on Zoom for morning meditation from 9 to 9:30 for a soulful start to your day. The link can be found in your email or on our website, which is support at siliconvalleycsl.com. Prayer, if you would like to get some prayer, Reverend Sherry is going to be doing that in the corner. There's a sign-up sheet in the back of the room. Put your name there. And then also, do you realize that we've been together a half a year? We haven't had a town hall meeting yet? Isn't it time for one? Yes. Okay, good. So we're going to have one on 2 Sundays. That's the 17th. So more information to come, and we hope to see you there. Let's see, the band. Oh, my gosh. So we have production in the back with Scott McCulley and Hector Torres. The core house band with Sonia Trejo, Rodrigo Avila, and Misha Dufresne. Praise team with Jenna Brown, the one and only. And our vocalist this week, we're privileged to have Gina Renee with us. And she is an R&B soul artist whose name means Queen Reborn. She is a powerful voice for our times, a lyrical light worker and a soulful truth teller who uses music as medicine to uplift, awaken, and reconnect us to joy. With roots spanning Choctaw, Creole, Irish, English, and German. Do we leave anything out? Heritage and a legacy linked to R&B royalty through her grandfather, Leon Renee. Gina brings deep ancestral wisdom and fierce creative fire to everything that she does. Whether she's singing, rapping, or speaking truth over reggae, jazz, hip-hop beats, Gina carries a message of liberation and love. She's currently working on 2 new projects with her musical partner Million7, The Soul Bath Experience and Reclaim Your Throne. Please welcome the incomparable high force vibe that is Gina Renee.
Who wrote that? Oh, wait, I did. Okay. Thank you.
When there was no time, and before there was a number, Spirit did prevail in a song of ecstasy. And before I had a dream or a lesson to remember, Spirit gently held a song inside of me. So I sing a song of joy. I sing a song of knowing that all is truly well and that heaven is at hand. And even when I cry and I don't know where I'm going, God's love does prevail, as God's love only can. For when there was no time, and before there was a number, Spirit did prevail in a song of ecstasy. And before I had a dream or a lesson to remember, Spirit gently held a song inside of me. So I sing a song of joy. I sing of something higher, that all is truly well, and that heaven is the plan. And sometimes we may cry that the world became a liar, but God's love will prevail, as God's love always and only can. Song of joy, and I sing of something higher, that all is truly well, and compassion is the plan. Sometimes we may cry that the world became a liar, but God's love will prevail, God's love only can. For when there was no time, and before there was a number, Spirit did prevail in a song of ecstasy. And before I had a dream or a lesson to remember, Spirit gently held the song inside of me.
There's a song inside of me.
Oh, yeah.
There's a song inside of me. There's a song inside of you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I need a microphone. Oh my goodness. Gina Renee, thank you, thank you. So beautiful, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And the core band and Sonia Trejo, our music director, y'all are just incredible. So beautiful. There's a song inside of you. Is that true? Yes. When there was no time and before there was a number, Spirit did prevail. Right? Oh my goodness. Gina, you transported me. I'm trying to get back. Trying to get myself back here. My goodness. Wow. So here we are in August. Is that unbelievable? We're in the 8th month of the year. How is this possible? Time is flying. My goodness. Evaporating. Do y'all remember in January when we did our vision boards? Yes. Yes. How many people are still energetically connected to their vision board? Uh-huh. How many people have manifested some stuff from their vision board? Okay. All right. There we go. How many people need a little recharge, reboot, realignment? Okay. There we go. Yes. Just checking in to see what's going on. Oh, my goodness. So this month, the theme is the art of rest. The art of rest. We live in a world and in a culture that values hustle and grind, right? And especially in the United States, like just this chronic workaholic, working all the time. And I want you to know that this month, those of you who know me know I'm talking to myself, right? Because this is definitely my growing edge, because all of the work I do, I'm so blessed. I love all of the work I do for many, many years. And that's something I manifested in my life, that my work would be my ministry even before I was a minister, right? My work would be my art even before I was an artist. And so I've been able to create that. But what happens is I love everything I do. And so working doesn't feel like work, right? It doesn't feel like work. And yet I have got to rest. And so this month, just know, as usual, I'm talking to myself as I talk to you. So in this month, we're going to focus on a different dimension of rest for every, there's a big glare right here, for every week. And so today's talk title is Divine Downtime, right? Divine downtime. You know, downtime is defined as an inactive time, like a time that's a lull between periods of activity, right? Whether it's work, whether it's projects, whatever it is. And you know I'm an executive coach, so I always bring that thread into the work that, whenever I talk, and into the work that I do. And so here's something that's very interesting. And there are 3 big myths that happen why people don't take downtime, why people will not rest, why I won't take downtime, why I won't rest, right? There's 3 big myths that really keep us from resting. And so one of the things I see with my clients is the myth of I don't have enough time. Right? I don't have enough time to rest. I have too many things to do, and I don't have enough time to do the things I need to do, so I cannot rest. I don't have time to do that, right? Does that sound familiar for anybody? Yes? Okay, I hear some, yes, right? And so we operate from this mindset of having to do more and more and more, and this mindset of having less and less and less time, and really what's happening is we're in a consciousness of lack. right? We're operating in a consciousness of lack. We're operating from the perspective and the belief and the thought that there's not enough time. There's not enough time. And so we know that the law is creative. We know our thought is creative. And so if we're saying there's not enough time, what happens? There's not enough time, right? There's not enough time because we create our reality through our thoughts, right? Recreate our reality through our beliefs, through our stories. So if we're running around going, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough time, then the law says, oh, okay, here you go, not enough time. You're exactly right. You don't have enough time, right? And then it just becomes this catch-22, right? I don't have enough time to rest, and yet by not resting, what I'm reinforcing is not having enough time. I'm reinforcing that consciousness, right? I'm bringing it to life. I'm feeding it, right? You're feeding the algorithm of not enough, yeah? And at some point, we have to flip into understanding that, yes, it may appear that our time is a finite resource, but time is man-made and man-constructed. Right? It is man-made and man-constructed. And there's this interesting thing that happens when we take divine downtime, when we get aligned with the divine, time changes and can change. Our experience of time can change. Our experience of capacity can change because we're aligning with the all that is. We are aligning with the eternal. We're aligning with the infinite. We're aligning with that which has no time, no space, no place, right? And when we're aligned with that, then it unlocks all kinds of synchronicities and all kinds of ways that the cosmos is orchestrated for us that moves things along in a way that seems impossible. In the book, The Big Leap, which you know is like my second or third Bible, my coaching Bible, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, he talks about this thing called Einstein time. And what he says is that the more time you spend in your zone of genius, which is your divine alignment and assignment, the more you spend there, the time changes. And there are times where, especially in your zone of genius, where you lose all sense of space and time, right? Or you begin to have experiences where it's like, wow, like how did that, it felt like this, whatever was going on for 3 hours and it was like 15 minutes, right? Have you had that experience, right? Or you're going somewhere and somehow you're just so in the flow and, maybe a trip that should have taken you an hour is now like, we got there in 40 minutes or some weird thing, right? Where you're looking, going, what is going on here, yes? I remember when I was in practitioner training at Agape, and I lived in Silver Lake, which was not near Santa Monica. Let's just put it that way, okay? which is where Agape was at the time, okay? It was not near there, and so having to go to classes, and I was at Agape maybe 3-4 evenings a week and on Sundays, but having to go to practitioner training or any kind of thing in the evening, choir practice, it was rush hour because everything started 6 o'clock, 6:30. And let me just tell you, getting from Silver Lake to Santa Monica at any point, but certainly during rush hour, is a significant event, okay? And many times it was just easier to go through the city, even though it took a lot longer, but that was better than the parking lots that were the freeways, right? But here's what I would find when I was in that container of practitioner training, which was so steeped in spiritual practice, right? And having a teacher, Michael Beckwith, who's a mystic, truly, a human being and a mystic, and just in the practice of oneness, in the practice of seeing the divine in everything, in the practice of feeling and sensing the presence of God as my very life, right? Being in that practice. And here's what I would find a lot of times. I would get from Silver Lake to Santa Monica in a time that humanly is not possible. Humanly, it's not possible. I mean, I remember just going, how did this happen? Like, how could I possibly have gotten here in this time, right? Just like, how could I possibly have made it all the way over here in 22 minutes or whatever, right? I mean, it was literally like that, right? It didn't happen all the time, but there were times it happened. And it's like, what is going on? This is before Gay Hendricks wrote The Big Leap and before he termed it Einstein time. And Reverend Michael would say it's because you're in the flow, you're in oneness. When you are in God, it unlocks things in ways you can't understand on a human level. and it changes your human experience. And he had different experiences that he shared with us in class that seemed fantastical, that seemed like miracles, that seemed, how is this possible? And it's absolutely possible, right? It's absolutely possible. But you have to take that divine downtime, being aligned with something greater than yourself, understanding it, being in it, allowing it to move through you, allowing it to live and breathe through you, being connected to this presence changes everything. And now all of a sudden you do have enough time. And we get little glimpses of it for those of you who are artists, musicians, or even just in everyday life. You have experienced a time where you were so at one with something that you lost all sense of space and time. You were so at one with something that when you came sort of out of it, it's like, whoa, right? Your sense of time was completely different in the time it took to do that thing. Are y'all with me on this? Yeah, you've experienced this? Yes? And so this, when we begin to cultivate our oneness at a deeper level, these are some of the benefits that happen, right? These are some of the gifts that we get. And when we're in that constant, there's not enough time, I don't have enough time, I only have enough time is finite. When we're in that, that's the experience we have. We become ruled by that experience. So my invitation to you, as it always is, and I just find a different way every week to invite you into this, and my invitation to you is to explore what happens if you give up being in Kingdom 1 about time, right? Kingdom 1 is I'm a victim, right? There's not enough, da-da-da-da, all these things I got to do, I can't do this, right? All these things are happening to me, I can't control it, time is the controller, right? That's Kingdom 1, right? Where things are happening to me. What happens if you give that up? What happens if you give that up? Right? What happens if you just give it up? There's plenty of time. What happens if you begin to affirm time abundance? I have plenty of time to do everything that I need to do. There's plenty of time. Right? There's plenty of time to do what I need to do. And it helps you then begin to look at, okay, what's really important? Because sometimes we're just doing stuff we don't even want to do. Right? We're doing stuff we're programmed to do. We're doing stuff we think we should be doing. We're doing a lot of performative things, and you can really look and go, well, wait a second. What do I really want to be doing, and how do I want to be spending this time that I say is so precious? Because that's interesting, right? That's very interesting how, on one hand, we hold on to time, we don't have enough of it, and then we waste so much of it. Right? We waste so much of it doing what? What are we doing? What are you doing? Yes? Scrolling, there we go, right? Oh my God, it is so addictive. I had to be on social media more for the Women's Summit that we just did, and I am like, put this crack down right now and move away from it, because it is like, wow, I am like so pulled into this, right? So... and it's great, but like how many funny I love the dog videos where they talk, I get caught, like, give me a little dog who has talking buttons, I'm done. I'm like all in that, right? There's this one little dog called Waffles who cusses his owner out, and I'm just going, this dog is like totally cussing his owner out with these buttons. I'm like, wow, what is happening? How is this possible? Waffles, check him out. It's like absurd, it's insane, and it's addictive, and it's funny, and it's like, I don't even, just so many things. But the point I'm making is we have more time than we think, right? We have more time than we think. And sometimes we fill up all of our space and all of our whatever because there's something we're avoiding doing, right? There's something that's really calling us. There's something really speaking to us. So the best way to avoid it is pack up all this other stuff around you, right? And then say, I don't have enough time, yes? So my invitation to you is to really look at how can you have time abundance? I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time because God is abundant. God has no time or nor space nor place. And the more I'm aligned with that, the more I am given, right? And so that's my invitation to you around that first myth. And the other thing I'll say about this, with my clients, what I would see that was so interesting So typically, I worked with VP to C-level executives, tech executives, and Fortune companies. And so many times coming in to work with them, one of the things is they don't have a lot of time. They have a lot of meetings, right? There's a lot of meetings. There's a lot of, some companies have a big meeting culture. And so one of the things they would always come in with is, I don't have enough time. So, I'm going into this meeting and I'm communicating really quickly and I'm making sure, I'm telling my team this and that. And here's what I noticed. In the movement of not having enough time, they actually created situations that took more time. Right? So here's what I mean. So they go into a meeting, let's say if I'm shadowing them and I'm in the meeting with them. And so they go into the meeting and they're rushing, trying to get through everything. And so they're maybe communicating in a way, or their presence is appearing in a way that their team or the audience is not fully getting 100% what they're talking about, but nobody's going to speak up, right? And so here's what happens. So everybody leaves the meeting, and then down the road, my client is seeing, well, they're not executing the way I want, right? Or certain things are not happening. So now they have to try and have a one-on-one or some kind of realignment to understand what's going on, right? And then maybe they have to have another meeting about that project because something went sideways. So what I would see is, because you're rushing and you're thinking, I don't have enough time, the way you have structured your communication, the way you're delivering your communication, and your presence is creating confusion. And nobody feels like they can speak up because your energy is saying, I don't have time, right? So then what happens is, on the back end, you get out of that meeting faster, but on the back end, you now have to have 3 different huddles one-on-one with somebody. You have to go readjust this project that's gone sideways, and then have another meeting to make sure everybody's clear. So now you've had like 7 things you have to do because in that one meeting, you weren't present, right? In that one meeting, you weren't coming from time abundance, you were coming from lack, and it was driving that exact result, right? And I would see this all the time. I'm just giving you one example, but I would see all the time how, in an effort to save time, they actually created more things on the back end that needed to be fixed, adjusted, realigned, or whatever, yeah? And so I want you to look at that for yourself, right? Because in the effort to save time, sometimes we create more things. It maybe not in that particular meeting, but what happens here now creates all these impacts other places that now we're trying to deal with. So it's actually costing us more time. Yeah, are y'all following what I'm saying? Yeah? I see some smiles. So I think this is resonating. All right, so that's just the practical coaching side of it, right? So the second myth is, if I rest, right? If I rest, I will miss out on something, right? Like, and this is my thing, not so much that I feel I'll miss out, but it's that I have to keep driving this, right? In order for this to succeed, in order for this to happen, I have to keep driving this, because that's worked really, really, really well for me in my life. Right, to be very independent and to drive a result. It's worked incredibly well until it doesn't, right? Until it becomes overdriving, overworking, overgrinding that leads to burnout, right? Leads to breakdown. And underneath that, and I know this for myself, underneath that there is a lack of faith and trust that God is all powerful, that God is all knowing, that God knows exactly what to do and how to do it through me, right? And knows how to do it through other people, because there is a divine design, there is a divine intelligence. It knows how to operate through all things because it created all things. It already holds the answer. It holds the answer. It has the answer. It has the solution. Our job is to open up to that, right? Our job is to trust that. Our job is to let go and let God. And it sounds so simple, but that is our job. The exact same intelligence that created the cosmos, the exact same intelligence that hung the sun up in the sky, the exact same intelligence that created all of nature. We look at nature, it's so intelligent. The way nature works, the way our bodies work, the same intelligence that created our bodies created everything. It has the answer. It is the answer. Right? So there is no way you can miss out, Rasheryl. You will not miss out, right? You don't have to do everything yourself, because God knows how to show up as other people. God knows how to show up as situations. God knows how to show up as finances. God knows how to show up as everything that is needed in order for it to fulfill its own song. Yes? And this is the thing, this is where we get caught, right? And as human beings, that's part of our learning. This is the earth school that we're in, is that we're in these bodies and we think we're totally autonomous, and we think we're separate from everybody else. And we think that and there's some great rewards when you begin to think that you're doing everything yourself. There's some great rewards involved in that. But the end game there is nothing there. There's nothing sustainable in that, right? There's nothing sustainable in that. And so my invitation to myself and to you is to really look at the places and spaces where God has shown up, where God has shown itself as the solution through others or through your own mind in ways that just blew you away, where you didn't have to effort, you didn't have to grind, you didn't have to hustle, you didn't have to try, right? There were some things you had to do, right? There are things you have to do in the human realm, but that energy that's like forcing, right? Abraham Hicks calls it going upstream, right? Abraham Hicks says when you're going upstream, it's very difficult, right? The energy is difficult. It's hard. It's like Sisyphus pushing that boulder up to the top and then it comes back down and up to the top, right? That's efforting. That is going upstream, right? Downstream is flow. Downstream is flow. So yes, you're doing your work. Yes, you're doing your reps, as I call them, your spiritual practice, right? Yes, you're showing up for your job. Yes, you're showing up for your clients, and you're in this space simultaneously of allowing spirit to reveal itself as the very solution. It's not working harder, it's working deeper, right? It's not working harder, it's working smarter. Right? It's not working harder, it's working in a more aligned fashion with that intelligence that created all things. And in our culture, particularly in the United States, we are just like this grinding, driving, rebel culture. That's us, right? You go to Europe and it's a very different way that people work there for the most part. And people take vacations, for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. That is just baked into the culture. Like this sort of grinding and the way that we work here is very American, right? It's a very American. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and da-da-da, right? Get going, make it happen, charge, yes? And it's not sustainable, we're seeing it, right? Burnout is rampant, mental health issues are rampant, violence is rampant, right? And it's this driving versus finding, where can I let go? Where can I have deeper faith, right? Where can I trust the divine flow? Trust the divine intelligence to show up as the things I need. One time years ago, there were so many, I'll call them miracles, but demonstrations that I had when I was in prac training that enforced for me all the things I know to be true, right? So one time I don't know where we were in our practitioner training, but I remember thinking or having this discussion about, someone's just not gonna knock on your door. Like Mr. Right's not gonna just knock on your door, right? Or a job is not gonna just knock on your door. Like that's not gonna happen, right? One day, I lived with my mom. We lived in Pasadena at that time, and I think I was sleeping. And at the time, I was working. I was trying to be an actor in LA. I had an agent, but I was doing. If you've ever been an actor or an artist, you do a lot of odd jobs. So I was doing like production assistant on actually a talk show that only lasts a little while. And so anyway, I'm at home. I'm asleep, and my mom comes and knocks on my door and says, "There's somebody at the door who wants to talk to you." And I'm like, okay. And she said, it turned out to be a neighbor, my neighbor's husband, actually. And she's like, well, he wants to talk to you about something. And I said, okay. And so, I got myself together and I came out. And I talked to this man who's my neighbor's husband. His wife was a a sort of a minor celebrity at the time, and she had just gotten a offer to do a talk show and do her own talk show. I think she was a radio personality at the time. And so I had met them like very briefly on the other show I was working on as a production assistant. And as it turned out, we lived in the same complex. And they were from Cleveland, and I was from Cleveland. So we just sort of had that little connection, but I did not know them well. And so this man basically offered me a job on his wife's show. And I ended up not taking it and staying where I was. But this is the point I'm making. He knocked on my door and he offered me a job in production in LA. He knocked on my door and offered me a job. Do you hear what I'm saying? He knocked on my door and offered me a job. Out of the blue, completely out of the blue. So here's the point I'm making. I was not looking for a job at that time. But what this did was it let me know, because I feel like in prac training or something we were talking about how, these things couldn't happen. Like, Mr. Right is not going to knock on your door. You got to go out and do something, right? A job is not going to knock on your door. You got to go out and do something. And yes, there are things you have to do, but what that proved to me is I felt like it was God's way of showing me I am more than this, right? I am more than your belief. I can bring anything to you at any time, in any place, in any format, anytime, anywhere, because I'm all that there is. I can find you anywhere. You're asleep in Pasadena? Gotcha, right there, right? I'm sending this person to knock on your door, right? You're in, whatever, you're in Silicon Valley on the 5th floor, the elevator's not working, no problem. I'm right here to make sure this is happening. Yes, that's what that did for me. It was like, what? How is this possible? There are people trying to get jobs like this in LA. I don't even want to be in production. I want to be an actor, right? I don't want to be a producer. But it just struck me. It was like, God is so powerful, even in the most I want to say minute ways, but I also want to say like the most everyday ways. Because we think about miracles and demonstrations as like, Moses and the tablets, right? I love the 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston, right? He comes down from the tablets, his hair is gray, he's like tanned and everything, right? He comes down from the mountain, like that miracle, right? And usually miracles, we think these big things like claps of thunder and ba-da-da-da, and like all this stuff happens, and like all of a sudden, I'm like skinny and my hair is gray or something, right? And that's not what it is. That is not what it is. It is the little morsels, the little tidbits, the little transformations, the little blessings, the little mercies, the little things that Spirit shows up and says, I am more than this. Right? I got you. Right? Spirit shows up and says, I know all about you. I know what you want. I have what you need. Right? I am the answer. Spirit shows up in these little ways in our lives. And so that was a big thing for me. And let me be very clear. When I am looking for something or want something, I am aware there are things I have to do. So I'm not thinking, I just sit back, right? But I let Spirit guide me into what I need to do, versus my fear guiding me into what I need to do, right? Let Spirit tell me what I need to do. Oh, I got to put an online profile in eHarmony? Okay, right? Right? If Spirit guides me to do that, that's what we do, right? But I can't let fear and I can't let the world voice say, well, if you want to do this, you got to do that. And if you want to do that, you got to do this. And there's no way this can happen. That's not true. God knows all about it, right? And that's the thing I just want y'all to get from this, is that God knows all about you and everything, and it has the answer. And our job always is to let go of anything that would block the answer, and usually it's our fear. Usually it's the world conditioning. Usually it's the story we're telling that is the big block. And Spirit's just standing by, sending a helicopter, an airplane, all the different things, right? And we're just so scared we can't even see that our salvation has come to us multiple times. Yeah, y'all following me? Okay, final myth. I love the final myth is that rest is lazy. This is a big one, particularly for Americans. This is a very big one. Rest is lazy. You're just lazy. You're lazy. Wake up. Don't take a nap. right? How many people have that voice? Yeah. And here's what I know for certain. Very few people I know are lazy. Like, if you get up every day and breathe, right, in this world, if you can just make it to dinner time, right, if you could just make it through the day to dinner time, you have done a thing, right? You have done some things. Nobody I know really is lazy, So letting go of this self-judgment around, if I rest, I'm lazy. And maybe it's just that you need rest, right? Maybe you just need rest. And here's what happens. Our bodies change. Our lives change. We're in a very intense time right now in the world where the world energy is so chaotic, and you have to really make sure that you're centered, not to get swept up in it, right? There's a lot of grief in the world. We're grieving things in our culture, in our country, right? There's a lot of grief and sadness. There's fear. All of this stuff is happening. Everybody needs a nap. Everybody needs a nap, right? It's not lazy. We're trying to navigate through a time in history that is really cataclysmic, right? This is a once in an era change and shift that is happening. There are things happening in this country that have not happened for hundreds of years, right? And so it's just, it's a very difficult time. And so just be easy on yourself. If you need to rest, rest. If you need a nap, nap. That is something I have started experimenting with when I, over the last couple of weeks. Instead of spending a lot of time being insane after 3 o'clock, which Jenna has experienced and my mom has. Right, rut-row, exactly. So spending a lot of time where I am just like, by 3 o'clock, I'm like delirious, I'm giggling, I'm shopping on Amazon, whatever, eating snacks, right? Because I'm so sleepy. And if I just power through it for like 2 hours, which I normally do, I torture myself and just try to power through it, and I'm not productive. And then I get my second wind, and then I want to be up until 2 in the morning, right? So I have to really work on that for myself. But here's the point I'm making. If I would just go to sleep when I'm sleepy and then get up and work, life is so much easier. And I finally cracked the code on that and started doing that. It's like, I don't have to go through all this at 3 o'clock and drag everybody into my madness, right? Just take a nap. Jenna, you missed the part where I learned this. So Jenna and I work together, and by 3 o'clock, I'm like, Jenna, come to my office, right? And so the point I'm making is, it's okay. Just figure out what you need right now in this crazy time, and then make that happen for yourself. It's going to look different than it used to look, right? Maybe you could power through 12 hours a day. I know I could. I could power through and not have to take a break and not have to, barely eat and just go through and get through. And now it's like, no. You've got to stop right now. Take a nap right now. Right? If you don't have a meeting, you can do this, take a nap right now, and then get back up. And if you need to continue, then do it then. Right? But giving myself permission, right? Going back to Marianne Williamson's talk in the interview in the summit, when I interviewed her, and we talked about like how we have to just give ourselves permission to do certain things. Yes? And so taking a break is not lazy. Resting is not lazy. It is actually honoring the temple. It is honoring this sanctuary of divinity that is your body and your mind and your spirit, right? It is helping your brain get some rest so that you can operate as Zui Kwok, who I also interviewed for the summit, who wrote the book Calm Clarity, right? In order to get from that brain 1.0, which is this raging, raging fiend that is just, threatened and in survival mode, to get from that into brain 3.0, which is the sage, which is the knower that knows, right? That unshakable inner presence. You got to take some rest. And it's not lazy to do that. You're actually nourishing your brain. You're nourishing your nervous system. You're nourishing your spiritual system. You're nourishing your soul. Yes? So we got to rest, y'all. Can we do this? Yes. Yeah? Okay, so listen, I've been talking a long time, but I just want y'all to get that rest is so important. And this whole month this is what we'll be talking about and practicing is, where do I need to rest? Right? Where do I need to rest? and take a breath and be in spirit. Yes. Folks are yawning right now. Yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, beloveds, let's turn within. And so as we turn within, what I am knowing and just sensing and feeling right now is that, indeed, there is only one presence. One presence, one power, one life, one intelligence, one energy that is everywhere. One that I call God this morning that is everywhere. And this presence is all powerful, all knowing, and all intelligent. It is everywhere. It created each of us out of itself. And so it knows us intimately. It knows us because it is us. It knows us because it created us. And so I am knowing then that each of us is blessed this morning. We are blessed. We are blessed. And that we can rest in this truth, rest in this knowing. And so what I claim and know is that each one here is resting in full abundance this morning, resting in the goodness of God, resting in the goodness of God. That each of us is sensing and feeling the divine presence, sensing and feeling that space before there was no time, before there was a number, before all of it, God is. And so we align with that energy, with that truth, with that presence, with that power. And so I know that we are blessed. I declare and know abundance this morning, abundance of time, abundance of resources, abundance of money, abundance of health and vitality, abundance of divine right relationships, abundance of community, abundance of support, abundance of health and vitality and growing and thriving and flourishing. I claim it for each one. I know it for each one. And so I just know that just as this is true for each one here and each one watching, I know and speak a word of blessing for our entire world. Just knowing the presence of God, that which exists in all times and places and spaces, is right now alive in the Middle East and alive in America and alive in Africa, alive everywhere. There is strife and conflict, strife and violence, strife and divisiveness. I claim God. I claim God. I claim God. Moving through our leaders, moving through our politicians, moving through our courts, moving through every aspect of our society. I claim God. And know that this is so. And I am just so grateful to rest in this knowing and not get swept up in Mr. Waffles and all distractions, letting it go. And so, with deep gratitude, I release this word now. I let it be, let it go. And we say together, and so it is. And so it is. Amen, y'all.
Wandering around, wondering why I hit the glass with so much speed. What was I doing that I didn't see the glass? I was moving way too fast. I was moving way too fast, but like I was standing still. Tried to gain some speed with my mind and with my will. Wanted to feel something moving in me, something like the fishes in the sea, rushing to get it done, needing to be one with the real vibration, sweet liberation, rushing to get it done, needing to be one with the one with the one. Oh, fear is the villain, planting lies of what we need. Real satisfaction comes in who we came to be. Like the air and sun and the earth we walk upon. Love is freely given, and a life becomes worth a living when you're one with the one with the one. One with the one with the one. Watching the world and wondering why we live our lives with so much speed. What are we doing? If we don't learn from the past, are we moving way too fast? Are we moving way too fast? But are we really standing still? Just trying to gain some speed with our mind and with our will. Wanted to feel something greater inside, great like the river is wide. Rushing to get it done, needing to be one with the real vibration, sweet liberation. But we'll never ever get it done till we become one with the one with the one. One with the real vibration, sweet liberation. We'll never ever get it done till we become one with the one with the one.
Till we become one with the one.
One with the
Till we
one with the one.
One with the one. Till we become
One with the one. Remembering that we're one with the one. One with the one. Till we become one with the one. Let's remember we are one with the one. One more time. We remember that we are one with the one. Hey, yeah, yeah.
So beautiful. Gina Renee, thank you.
Thank you.
Gina, it's so lovely having you here. Just family.
I feel that. I feel
Yes, so
so thankful.
beautiful. Yes. What song was that you just sang?
so. That was One with the One by Ricky Byers.
What CD is that from?
I
Do you
think
recall?
you know better than me because I'm still learning all her
Oh,
songs.
okay. I
Yeah.
can't. I haven't heard that in such a long time.
I think it's an
Beautiful.
older one.
Yeah.
But she has so many. So many good.
Yeah, so beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So wonderful. Oh, my goodness. All right, beloveds, we are at the end of our time. It is time now for our offering, blessing. It is time for conscious giving. And so I know that many of you who are here give electronically, whatever you call online, give online. All of a sudden, my language is very antiquated. And so Marilee will be passing the basket around, and you are free to donate in the basket or bless it and pass it on. So bless the basket. And I ask you now to repeat this offering blessing after me. Mom, what is the offering blessing? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. Wonderful. So as we sing our song, the basket will just pass it to the next person. And please bless it as it goes by as a symbol of blessing our beloved community financially. Thank you.
1, 2, 3,
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything
including time, right? Including time, including love, including money, including everything, right? God gives me everything I need. Oh, so who is here for the very, very first time? First-time visitors today? Who's here for the second time, the third time? Who's here for the 6th month? Wonderful. Well, beloveds, I will invite you to each one bring one this month in August, right? So bring somebody with you. Traditionally at churches, summertime is lean because folks are on vacation and they're traveling and then kids are getting back to school. So it's a wonderful time. If you know someone who needs this message, who needs upliftment and needs an anchor in the craziness that's going on, please invite them to come on a Sunday. And better yet, bring them with you. So for the whole month, each Sunday, bring somebody and help them be blessed like we are by what happens here. All right, so we are at the end of our time together today. We'll do our final song, which is I Release. And then after the song is over, I'll do a benediction, and then you're free to go, but the band is going to continue playing and jamming. But you don't have to stay in your seat and sing at that point. You're free to leave. And then board, we have a meeting in about 13 minutes. Okay. All right, so our final song. Have a great week, everybody. And remember, time abundance, yes? Yes. Okay, wonderful.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Hey. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Beloveds, before we do the benediction, August 17th is our town hall meeting. Don't forget. And our fall classes. You'll get something tomorrow in the mail about that. So here's our benediction. I trust the rhythm of life.
I trust the rhythm of life.
I rest in divine alignment.
I rest in divine alignment.
My downtime is sacred.
My downtime is sacred.
And so I take it.
And so I take
And so it is. Have a great week, everybody.
I release and I let go. I let the